Hi guys, this is Dr. Farjana. I hope you guys are doing well. Well, guess what? Today I want to talk about how to not absorb put downs in various forms by others. How to not absorb put downs in various forms by others. Various forms include criticism, comments about your looks, clothes, them walking ahead of you, making you feel less than when you're in a group setting. Basically, I want you to promise not to wake up with lack thinking due to others' put downs. Guys, promise yourself. No put downs, only show the lack in the person who is making the actual criticism, right? And I definitely want you to address it with them. However, I don't want you to absorb it and believe it, right? So what are some things you can do? Number one, you can notice it and then put an invisible bubble around it and pop it. It's like a visualization technique. Notice it and go zoop and pop it when you see that thought coming back. Also, I want you to say this mantra. That's their lack. There's absolutely nothing wrong with me. That's their lack. There's absolutely nothing wrong with me. Right? Another thing you can say is his mean comments or hers are their insecurities, right? Are their insecurities. I will be a winner no matter what. Another technique you can use is you can say your words are just air. Like you can say that to yourself, just like air floating around. It's just words, right? Like words. I control how far they reach into my soul, right? You can actually choose when people make comments, how far they're going to reach you. They can go up to your clothes level. Like words, you think of those words just flying and you can just stop them on the level of your clothes, right? And don't let it seep in. Another technique you can do is you can minimize interactions with people who put you down a lot, right? If you still want to keep them in your life, and if they're still not getting better, you minimize it. Do not get out of bed without processing this. So don't wake up with this lack thinking. So let's say the incident happened the night before. I don't want you to wake up, get out of bed in that state. I want you to process it. I want you to say to yourself, again, visualization technique, zoop, notice it, pop it. You can say, that's their lack, that there's absolutely nothing wrong with me. Their mean comments it's all about their own insecurities. I'll be a winner no matter what. I'm just repeating the techniques. Your words are just air. I control how far they will reach my soul, right? They'll reach only to my clothes level, right? With the clothes I'm wearing, that level. I'm going to speak up and keep speaking up when you put me down. And that's it. Those are some techniques you can use, guys, and any other things that work for you, right? Okay, guys, I hope this was helpful. Okay, do not let anybody put you down, and do not believe the put downs, because you're amazing. Okay, guys, I believe in you. You guys rock. Hi guys, this is Dr. Farjana. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Well, today I'm going to talk to you about what to do when you have to interact with unconscious people. What to do when you have to interact with unconscious people, right? This is a common occurrence, right? Especially when we have to deal with some family members or work colleagues, right? And we're like, oh, goodness gracious, right? at some meetings and whatnot. So number one, you want to know the probable action of others. You want to know the probable action of others. So if you know their like how they behave, right? What their basically MO is, right? Their like mode of action, then you won't be frazzled, right? Because you already know what they will do, right? Usually, it's learned patterns, right? Learned habits, so you can predict what they're going to do. So knowing those probable action of others doesn't ruin your days, right? It won't affect you as much if you know what they are. Number two, play the movie. So before you go into that meeting, or before you go to that wedding, that family wedding, play the movie. Like, what do you think is going to happen, right? Like, what are some things that might occur? Play the movie. Number two, minimize fearful events by, like I said, predicting their behavior and having responses ready prior, right? So you know what some of those aunts are going to say. You know what that colleague is going to say or do. So knowing what you're going to say, not say, and how you're going to behave, like your nonverbal language as well, right? So just being prepared prior, right? Like, okay, I know if I go to this wedding, My cousin is going to say this, and this is how I'm going to respond. My cousin is going to do this, one particular cousin, and I'm going to respond this way, right? So being very, very, being pre-planned, right? Like having a plan prior. Number 3, you want to play the movie as if the fearful thing did happen and your solutions. So sometimes, we're afraid certain things are going to happen, right? Or we're anxious. So one way to handle that is, like, for instance, I'll give you an example. Like, let's say you're fearful that, this is just an example. Like, let's say you're fearful that your spouse is going to cheat on you. So you pretend like, you play the movie like it happened. So now what are you going to do? Okay, you're going to confront the spouse. Okay, then what are you going to do? Okay, he or she admits it. Okay, then what are you going to do? Okay, I'm going to decide whether I'm going to stay or not. Okay, then what are you going to do? Okay, I decided to leave. Okay, now what? Okay, now I'm moving on. I have great friends. I have a great life. I'm giving my all to my children and my kids. Then what's going to happen? Okay, I'm going to find somebody, I'm going to meet the love of my life, and I'm going to get remarried. Do you see how I played the movie with the fearful event happening, right? So what happens is when you already play the movie in advance and see that, hey, I know I can handle this no matter what happens, positive or negative, then it doesn't affect you anymore. Do you see how powerful this method is, right? You can use this with any dynamic. Okay, next, you want to be aware of people who put you in a frazzled state and how. Right? So when you're interacting with unconscious people, you want to be aware of how they put you in frazzled states, right? Like who puts you in the frazzled state, who in particular, right? In that group dynamic, and how. So then you don't fall for it. Again, knowing their probable actions, okay? Some other strategies that you can use is you want to have a deep acceptance of what is. So you don't want to resist what's happening in the room, right? Or in the event, you want to accept it. Right? Meaning in the sense of like accepting what is happening at the moment, right? I'm not saying you just continue to let people walk over you, but you accept the situation at hand, right? You surrender to the energy in the room, because when you resist, you become part of the ego, right? Because now your ego's joining their ego, and then there's this battle. So you don't want to resist it. You want to be like, okay, this is what is, right? So you don't want to call it toxic, because as soon as you start calling it toxic and naming it something negative, it becomes the ego's acting up. So you want to say, oh, this is what's going on. Okay, this is what is. This is what is. You want to understand this is just part of the collective human unconscious behavior. You want to also remind yourself that everybody comes with different levels of consciousness, right? Everybody's at a different wavelength, right? So you want another mantra you can say is, I'm going to allow myself to feel it. I accept there's negativity, competitiveness, put downs in the room. I accept it's occurring, right? You process that, and then you take action the way you want to take it. But first you have to notice it and acknowledge that it exists, right? And not resist it, not be like, oh no, why is this happening again? No, you don't want to do that, right? Because when you overreact, you only hurt yourself. So remind yourself that when you overreact, you only hurt yourself. And lastly, remind yourself when others' anger, unconscious ways will only hurt themselves. So that might help you detach a little bit, like, okay, whoa, this is a you problem. Wow, this is a you problem. Do you see what I'm saying? So that also gives you some relief, like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna join their ego fest. I'm not going to join it, right? I'm going to detach, just going to watch, right? I'm going to be the silent observer, right? All right, guys, hope this was helpful. I know a lot of you are starting your week, right? You're going to go to those work meetings, and you have family weddings coming up, right? So use these strategies. You got this. Take care. Hi, guys. This is Dr. Frajana. Hope you guys are doing well. I always love connecting with you guys. All right, guys, today I'm going to talk about how to deal with people who put you down, right? How to deal with people who put you down on the spot, right? Like, what do you do at that moment, okay? Like, at that moment. So one is you want to remember when people put you down, you want to say this mantra, that's a them problem. That's a them problem, right? You also want to remind yourself it never ends well for people like that. It never ends well for people like that. Miserable people hurt other people. Miserable people hurt other people. Obviously, there's some lack in their life. Another technique you can use is you can picture them as a clown, right? Right, you want to minimize any power that they might be exhibiting, right, on you, like a power struggle. So you want to picture them as a clown. Another mantra that you can use is tell yourself, there will always be unconscious people at work and family dynamics, no matter where you go. There will always be unconscious people at work and family dynamics, no matter where you go, right? These are some things you can say, mantras you can use, right, to realign yourself, right? And then obviously, if you're still feeling more anxiety, I want you to do your deep breathing, right? I want you to tap your chest like up with your hands, like just tap it and breathe, tap it and breathe. You can do tap your right and left feet, right? Just tap it, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Continue your breathing. And then I want you to count from 25 to 1 3 times, if you can, right? And then say, I am safe and I am loved. I am safe and I am loved. I am safe and I am loved. All right, guys, this is for on-the-spot situations when somebody puts you down at work or at a family event, right? These are ways you can realign yourself again and get collected. All right, guys, you got this, all right? You got this. Okay, remember, try to picture the bigger picture, right, versus that moment. Don't let one person ruin the bigger goal. Okay, guys? All right. Love you. Take care of yourself. Hi, guys. This is Dr. Frajana. Hi, I hope you guys are doing amazing. Okay, so today, guys, I want to talk about how to have a I don't have to suffer and take action mindset. I don't have to suffer and take action mindset, right? How many of you have just waited to use the restroom, waited to get your tooth taken care of, kept delaying on a form to get the benefits you need, right? You didn't spend the extra to just get that printer, right? So you keep just going to some place, a cafe, to print it. So some quick life reminders. You don't have to suffer, right? As soon as you feel discomfort, I want you to take action. Even if it's the most minute discomfort, I want you to take action, because that's showing that you love yourself, right? And you're prioritizing yourself. And then you just feel better. You simply feel better. So what are the quick life reminders? Spend the extra for your sanity. So pay the extra to get the house cleaned, if that's going to just give you more time with your family, right? With yourself, right? It's going to give you more time to rest. Whatever it is, spend the extra for your sanity. Just pay the extra. Prioritize your safety. So any decisions that are related to your safety, take care of it, like now. Next, prioritize your comfort. So if you need to use the restroom, you're going to use the restroom. You're not waiting to get home, right? You're going to pull over and find the restroom and use that. Like, no more of this, like, I'm going to wait to take care of any discomfort, right? If your hands are dry, put the lotion on, right? Moisturize. Whatever it is, any discomfort, take care of it. Handle it right away. I hope you guys got the message, okay? So this is how I want you to try this whole week. And you see how your life just feels better, right? And you feel more confident because you're prioritizing you, right? What your needs are. All right, guys, I am so proud of you. Keep up the great work. Hi, guys, this is Dr. Frajana. I hope you guys are doing well. I always love connecting with you guys. All right, today I'm going to talk about how to not let old negative interactions affect you the next day. How to not let old negative interactions affect you the next day, right? It's extremely important not to carry over old events, right? Because what happens is it puts you in a lack mindset, right? You wake up with a lack feeling, right? In your bed, or you're thinking about it at night. So what I want you to do is keep leave yesterday. I want you to leave what happened 2 days ago, right? I really want you to do that. I'm going to share a couple of techniques that you can use to help not carry over old events, negative events, to the current day. Okay, number one, I want you to say to yourself, did I deal with this? Yes. Out. I'm not thinking about it. Right? Dealt with it? Yes. Okay. I'm not thinking about it. It's out. Do you see what I mean? So I want you to literally have this mantra. Whenever the thought comes from, the event from 2 days ago, I want you to correct it. Right? I want you to catch it and say, oh, did I deal with it? Did I say something when somebody was mean to me? I did. Did I bring it? Did I follow up? Yes, I did. Okay, it's done with it. I'm going to move on. Right? Next technique that I want you to use is I want you to literally say, hey, this event happened. This event already passed. It already happened. Right? Now it's just remnants in my thought processes. So it literally isn't occurring right now. It literally doesn't exist, right? So just remind yourself that. Like, hey, wait. Like, it's really not happening right now. It's done, right? It's just remnants, right? It's just now replaying in my memory. So if you can internalize that, again, it'll help you detach from that moment. All right, guys, I believe in you. You guys are amazing. Have a nice new day, right? Happy new day, all right? Make new memories, make new impact, right? All right, guys, take care of yourself. I'm so proud of you. You guys are amazing.